What's up, y'all? We just got the latest episode of Solo Leveling, episode 9 of season 2. And I can see people saying that this is probably the weakest episode of the season so far. And I heard to say, I don't think that's the case. This was still a great episode in my opinion. So what? We didn't get any action. It was more story-based, progressing the story. And I like that. I really do. And we're about to dive right into my thoughts on this episode. But first, make sure you subscribe. Hit the bell for all notifications. Greatly appreciate it. Your boy is at work, so you know how I do my videos when I'm at work. Either you love it or you hate it. Let me know down below. I'll see what I can do to help you out. But this episode showed us jinwoo in a different light. You know, at first we were believing he was becoming this monster because how powerful he was becoming and that he was losing his humanity. But no, in this episode we got to see this man shed tears of joy for the work that he was able to accomplish since he's reawakened, since he went to that double dungeon. We got to see the fruits of his efforts, the fruits of his labor, so to speak, in this episode. And I like it, man. I really like it. Not only that, we got to see him use a new ability that he gained from the battle he had in the previous episode. He now has the ability to teleport to any location that one of his shadow, knights are actually at. So that's pretty dope, but it seems like the wait time on it is the only downfall to it, because he ends up teleporting to the real world where one of his knights is, and he said it's going to be 3 hours before he could use that ability again. Now I feel like that's a long ass price to pay. Shit, I be saying a couple seconds is long when I be playing like RPG games and I gotta wait for a cooldown of a move. I'm like, yo, man, 15 seconds, this is too long. So this dude gotta wait 3 hours before he can use this shadow ability. But we see that thanks to him completing the dungeon, level 100, he was able to get the final ingredient to make the elixir of life for his mother. And he was like, yo, I want to test this out right now. So that's where he immediately goes. And as he's leaving, we see a notification saying that the dungeon itself has reset due to, jinwoo beating all 100 levels. Now, with that being said, I wonder, do the dungeon itself get even harder? Because now jinwoo is even stronger, like it goes up a level, like far as easy, medium, and hard and hardcore. Is that the case, or will it just reset to what the difficulty was when he first started? And if that is the case, he could constantly keep running through these dungeons and get as many as elixirs of life that he that he may need, to help out his friends. Because we know old boy father is now suffering from the same disease that jinwoo mom has. But anyway, you have it where he goes straight to the hospital. He gets the elixir, he pours it, in his mom's mouth so that she can drink it, so that she can be revived. And as he's doing it, you see him thinking about everything he went through, everything on the path that he's chosen, to get to where he is right now. And it was sad, the pain, the hurting, him having to take the lives of others, all the stuff that he had to endure in order to get to this moment where he has the elixir that can actually save his mom. So, he gives it to her. He's waiting a while. You have it where they show his sister as well, and she just has this weird feeling. And you know how you get that feeling when something bad is about to happen or something good is about to happen. And you have it where jinwoo lifts up his head. He sees his mom. His mom is looking at him. And it's been 4 years since she's seen her child, but she immediately knew who he was. She was like, yo, you're jinwoo, right? And I don't know why, I just thought that was an epic moment. You see the tears running down his face. He's crying with joy, tears of joy, because this is what he's been fighting for this whole time. Ever since he got reawakened in that double dungeon, that's all he's been thinking about, is trying to get that elixir to save his mom, to bring his mom back. And she's been asleep for 4 years, but you see him in tears. He's hugging her. He was like, yo, I got what I wanted. This is what I've been fighting for. And I don't know, I just thought it was a touching moment. Then you have it where, jinwoo go gets his sister. She's going up the elevator. You can see that she's nervous to finally see her mom again. It's been 4 years. You see tears running down her face, and you see it where they're hugging and they're just so happy to be in the presence of their mom. But then you have it where it goes to them going back to the house a mess, and they start cleaning up. The mom says, I don't mind cleaning because it's been years since I actually did it. We can make this a little family activity. And Jinwoo is looking at his mother and sister as they're cleaning up, and he says like, yo, this is what I longed for, so why do I still feel at ease? And I feel like that shows a lot about our character. It shows that he's become so accustomed to fighting nonstop in order to save his mom that he can't go to a normal life. Now that he's achieved his dream, he's going to feel unfulfilled because he doesn't have that thirst for combat. He doesn't have a reason to fight. And I feel like with what we get later on in the episode, it's going to reawaken him again, so to speak, far as like give him the will to fight, give him the urge to fight, give him a reason to fight. Because we have it where he gets a phone call and he ends up going and he meets up with the old man. I can't think of his name at the moment, but he's an S rank. And you have it where he's letting them know like, yo, we're planning on going on a mission and taking on the ants. It's going to be a mission full of all S rank warriors. And you have it where Jinwoo feels the presence of these S rank warriors or knights as they're sparring with one another, and he goes to observe it. And we see characters that we haven't, or at least I haven't seen before. And it looks like we're about to have two S rank teams, go against one another in groups of 4. And I can't wait to see this. It's going to probably be in the next episode, hopefully. And I'm curious if Jinwoo is going to partake in it. But my question is, if he does decide to partake in it, what would stop the system from seeing them as a threat and giving Jinwoo the command to eliminate them? Now, maybe if they don't have any bloodlust, that might be the case, because I know it didn't activate for that assassin guy until he was like emitting a lot of bloodlust, and then the system itself recognized him as a threat. So maybe that's the case, and maybe that's what's going to happen with the other S ranks, and we get to see Jinwoo spar with them. But I'm really curious to see how they're going to react to Jinwoo power. I don't know, because Jinwoo, I feel like he may still be the strongest among all these S ranks that we just saw. Now, there was one in particular S rank. He had long hair. You had it where he looked at Jinwoo and he like said to him, he said out loud like, yo, oh, so this is Jinwoo, the assassin type S rank. And it's like, nah, he's not an assassin type. He's a mage. And then this guy looks at Jinwoo. You see the aura around Jinwoo. So it really makes me wonder how much more does this guy actually know? Because I feel like he knows more than he let on in that moment, just the way he was staring at Jinwoo. Now, I could be wrong. I could very well be wrong, but I'm curious to hear y'all thoughts on this matter. But all in all, great episode. Loved it from start to finish. I would probably say this, like I said, it wasn't the best episode, but I wouldn't say it's the weakest episode. At least not in my opinion, just because seeing the growth and where Jinwoo started and where he is now. But let me know y'all thoughts down below. If you like the video, thumb it up, subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.